Thank you. Thank you very much for joining today's webinar. This is the third webinar of the third season of MacKeeper webinars. And today I will do my best to show you what tools you can use to have more chances to retrieve your computer if it gets stolen, or even just to find it if you've lost it somewhere, for example, in your household. Because in modern world, you can lose your computer, you can somebody can steal it from like an airport, from a cafe, even from your household, or you can just lose it in your home. And I will show you what you can do to find it and to have more chances to retrieve it if it gets stolen. And also, the special thing about this webinar is I will show you a sneak peek of the iOS application that is in active development in our team that will, well, it is big. So let me show you first like video presentation of it. It is called Track My Mac, and it will be available somewhere in maybe January. We are hoping to show it in full power on CES 2016 and on the International Consumer Electronics Show. So if you'll be there, stay attentive. And I will show you in details what it can do later in this webinar. And you see, this short presentation shows a lot of it. Okay, so please stay with me till the end of this webinar because somewhere in the end, we'll have a contest that will allow you to win a premium MacKeeper license for 2 years and also a very nice MacBook sleeve from Oyo company. My name is Roman. I belong to the support department here in the MacKeeper team, and today I will show you how to use the default built-in Find My Mac tool in your Mac operating system and what you can do with it. What is new in the special version of MacKeeper with the anti-theft, and what is the difference between the new and upcoming version of the anti-theft and the old one. I will show you a sneak peek of the Track My Mac app for iOS devices. We already have something to show you. It is not yet fully ready. Some features do not work yet. It is in active development, but already I have something to show you. And a new feature in this new version of the special version of the MacKeeper, of the anti-theft tool in MacKeeper, which is called Lock Screen, and what you can do with it. Okay, this webinar will last somewhere between 30-40 minutes. I will try my best not to take more of your time. Please use the questions form in the application that you've downloaded to ask questions. In the end, I will do my best to answer at least like 3-4 of them, not to take a lot of your time. If you have any issues with the video or audio, please do not worry. This session is being recorded, and the recording will be available somewhere on Monday, maybe on Tuesday, on Vimeo, on our Vimeo account. During the webinar, I will show you how to find that. Well, let's get started. So, first, I'll show you how to use the Find My Mac tool in Mac operating system. Well, to start off, you need the iCloud account, or what is called Apple ID. In order to get that, you need to go to iCloud. And on the iCloud, if you do not yet have the Apple ID or iCloud account, you can create a new one. So you can click Create Yours Now on the iCloud. It will show you a form which you can fill in. You can use any of your existing email addresses. And I suggest you to set up a strong password for it. And I can even show you what is a strong password. Well, at least I will show you one of the techniques how to have a strong password and how to have like easy to remember strong password. For example, you can use 2 words that are not exactly logically connected. In my case, I have Blue Dragon, for example. This is not yet a strong password. To make it stronger, we can caps lock. Well, we can uppercase certain letters, for example, the first one, and let's say this one. Already this is a better password, but it is not yet strong. The trick is to replace certain letters with digits. For example, we can replace E with 3, A with 4, and O with 0. And now we have long enough password with uppercase and lowercase letters and digits. And it is quite easy to remember. Just remember that you replaced E with 3, A with 4, O with 0, I with 1, for example, B with 8. So this technique will allow you to have a strong password that is moderately easy to remember. Just that easy. So use some strong password, fill in this form, and also be attentive while answering these security questions. Because if you forget the Apple ID or iCloud password, the support will ask you these questions in order to help you to change the password, to retrieve it if you forgot it. And then just type in these letters, and you will create an Apple ID. I already have one, so let me just log in with mine. And the tool we'll be using is Find iPhone. Well, Find My Mac on Mac, but on the iCloud it is called Find iPhone. And if we open it, it will tell us that no devices are connected. What we need to do next is to open up our system preferences. The icon of system preferences is usually in the dock. Here it is, like a gear in the square box. If you do not have the icon in your dock, it is easy to find it in the Apple menu. So just click the Apple in the top left of the whole screen and choose System Preferences. And in System Preferences, go to iCloud. It's the first option in the third row. So let's click on the iCloud, and if you are not yet logged in, it will give you the option to log in with your created Apple ID. If you are logged in and you did not yet enable the Find My Mac option, it is here at the bottom of this whole list. So just put a check mark there. It will ask you if you allow Find My Mac to use the location of the Mac. We do click allow. And now if we refresh the page, it will show us the location. Here at the top, instead of all devices, you need to choose the device in question, and you have certain options. For example, you can click play sound, and it will play quite a loud sound. So if you just misplaced your Mac somewhere in your household, this will help you to find it because the sound is really loud. There is also an option to erase this Mac. So if your Mac was stolen and you would like to erase the information on it, you can use this option. And there is also an option to lock this Mac. But be attentive. If you are trying to locate your computer and retrieve it, do not click that lock button straight away because it will lock the computer and you will no longer be able to track its position. Also, the tracking option for MacBook or iMac is available only if your computer is connected to the internet, is online using the Wi-Fi. If it is connected using the Ethernet cable, I will claim that they will not be able to track its position because Mac computers, unlike iOS devices, unlike iPhones, do not have GPS options, do not have GPS devices in them. So the only way to have the location of the Mac is by using the open database of Wi-Fi points all over the country or the world. Also, if you are in a country that doesn't support the Track My Mac option, this might not be the case for you. So you might not be able to track the Mac using iCloud. That is basically it. It only shows you the position of the Mac. And again, if you lock it, you will no longer be able to see its position. So be attentive here. That's it for the iCloud, basically. It's quite easy to enable it. In case you are selling your computer, do not forget to sign out from the iCloud, because in that case, if you do not sign out, if you do not disable the Find My Mac option, you will still be able to see your Mac, even if it belongs to somebody else already on the iCloud. So if you're selling the computer, do not forget to sign out from the iCloud first. Okay, next. In our previous webinars, I already showed you how to use the anti-theft tool in MacKeeper. I will show you now how to find our previous webinar. So if you go to vimeo.com and if you search for MacKeeper webinars, in the channels option, you can see MacKeeper webinars. And in this webinar, in how to protect your Mac, somewhere on 21st minute, I guess. Yes, I already showed you how to use the anti-theft. So you can watch this webinar to see details how you could use anti-theft, well, the sort of say previous version of the anti-theft. Now it has a bit more, and I will show you how to get that special version of MacKeeper. If you go to trackmymac.com, you can download a special version of MacKeeper that has more options. Once you download it, it will go to your downloads folder, it will open and allow you to install the special version of MacKeeper. If something goes wrong and that doesn't happen automatically, here is how you can find it. So you need to open the Finder. The Finder icon is always the first one in the dock. If you click it, you need to go to Downloads. If you have a lot of folders and you cannot find the Downloads folder quickly, here is a quick tip. You can use the Go button in the menu at the top to get to the downloads. So if you have Finder open, if you see Finder here in the top left, you can click the Go option and choose Downloads. And in the downloads, you'll see the DMG installer of the special version of MacKeeper. And if you open it, it will allow you to install MacKeeper in this way. So simply drag it from the left side to the applications and release once it is on the applications. I already have it installed. So in order to find it, if you've misplaced it or if you forgot to save it into the dock, you can again open the Finder, then click Applications in the left of the Finder. If you do not have Applications option in the left of Finder, again you can use the Go button at the top and choose Applications in the Go menu. Or you can use the spotlight here in the top right. There is like a magnifying glass. You can click it and just type in MacKeeper and it will show MacKeeper option to you. So let's open MacKeeper. And once you install it, you need to go to System Status and either click Sign Up if you do not yet have a MacKeeper or ChromeTech account. ChromeTech is the name of the company, as well as the Apple ID, for example. And MacKeeper account is basically like, well, you can make an analogy between iCloud account and MacKeeper account. Once you sign up or once you log in, if you already have the MacKeeper account, next thing you need to do in order to start using new options in the anti-theft is click the anti-theft in the left in the security section, and you'll have this like an welcome screen that has some details about the anti-theft, about the benefits of using it, and you can also watch the tutorial on how to use it. And you'll have Install Anti-Theft button here at the bottom. I already have it installed, so let's open it. And now we can see some new options. We have the location tracker, and I do suggest you to turn it on and have it always on so that you would be able to use similar functionality that I just showed you on the iCloud account, on the Find My Mac account. Location Tracker will also allow you to see the current location of the computer, judging by its connected Wi-Fi point, or even if the Mac is connected to the internet using the Ethernet cable, it will still show you some information. And this new option is the lock screen. Let's also enable it. And what it gives you the option to do is to quickly lock your screen. Lock the screen, not to lock the whole computer and not to be able to track it or do anything with it, but lock the screen so that the thief or the person that is using the computer right now would need to type in your password in order to get back into the computer. And you see this third option that is called Snapshot. If the person will type in the password incorrectly, the eyesight photo will be taken of that person that is currently using your computer. So for example, if you just left your home and you forgot to lock your screen and you have somebody that could use your computer and you would like to prevent them from that, you can lock the screen. Well, later I will show you how. But what you can right now do already with this special version of MacKeeper, you can even create a keyboard shortcut to quickly lock the screen. You see, when you click this field, it shows you certain details on what you can use. I personally tend to use Option L. It's easy to remember and it's not taken by other shortcuts in the system. So if you press Option L right now, I cannot do that because the stream will stop. If you press Option L, it will lock your screen and ask the person for the password. You can set the timeout for when the asking for the password starts, because you can lock the screen and then it will go into the sleep mode or screensaver mode, and you can choose after what time a person will be required to type in the password to get back into the system. Just for security sakes, I tend to set it to immediately, so that if I lock the screen, it will immediately ask for the password when you try to unlock it. And in the snapshot section here, we can choose after what unsuccessful attempt of typing in the password, it would make a snapshot, make an eyesight snapshot of the person. So we can choose it after the first entry attempt. You can set it to be after second entry attempt. If you are like me and sometimes you type in the password incorrectly, well, this is for you. You can set it to take a snapshot after second attempt or fifth or 10th. Well, let's leave it after first entry attempt. Also, other convenient option is to use the MacKeeper icon here in the top right of the screen. If you click it, you also have the option to lock screen right now, immediately, just using that menu. It's quite convenient. Now, if we need to report the computer as stolen, or if we need to see the reports that have been created, we need to go to the MacKeeper account. We can do this quickly right from the anti-theft window. If we click View Reports here, it will take us to account.mackeeper.com. If your Mac got stolen, you can go to account.mackeeper.com and then do certain things from that place. So let me just log in and show you what to do next. If your Mac got stolen, you need to go to account.mackeeper.com, log in with the email and password that you used to sign up into MacKeeper, and click Report Computer as Stolen. It will ask you to type in your phone number, and then you need to click Send. And at the moment when the thief will use your computer to connect to the internet, a detailed report will be created here, and also you'll receive an email with that same report. The reports can be viewed here in the anti-theft. And I have prepared a couple reports for you just to show you how do they look like. So the report contains certain information as well as the snapshot of the thief. That's actually me. And the location. The support department is, by the way, located in Kiev, Ukraine. And also, the report contains some technical information. And here is the good thing. If your Mac gets stolen and you do receive the report, you need to print it out, click this print report button, and with that report, go to the police and tell the police to contact any local internet service provider who will they will have to tell the police more information about the location of the computer, judging by this report, because the information, the technical information in the report, will allow the police, with the help of any internet service provider, to know where exactly the Mac was used to go online, even if the Mac was connected using the cable. Again, if the Mac is connected to the internet using Ethernet cable, Find My Mac will not be able to track it. MacKeeper will be. Let's go back and I will show you how do those lock screen reports look like. Again, if somebody is typing the password incorrectly, it does the eyesight snapshot of the person, and reports resemble, well, the reports contain the same information as the anti-theft reports. So you will be able to print this report as well, and it will have the same information, enough information for the police to know exactly where the computer was at the moment of the report creation, of the lock screen snapshot creation. And this new option, location tracker, allows us to do basically the same as the iCloud. So it shows us the current location of the computer. So that's new options that you can already use in MacKeeper. You can already try them out if you go to trackmymac.com and download this special version of MacKeeper. And now let me show you what you will be able to do somewhere in January, maybe in February, when we release the Track My Mac application for iOS devices. So here I have the stream from my iOS device. Let me unlock it. And here I have the installed development version of Track My Mac. Again, not everything is working in it yet, but we already have something to show you. So if you'll download the Track My Mac from the App Store, you'll be able to sign up. You'll be able to create the Chrome tag or MacKeeper account straight from it. You'll be able to use even your Facebook account to sign up. I already have an account, so let me just log in quickly. And for the sakes of the webinar, I changed my password to something simple. Do not worry, I will change it back to a strong password after the webinar. And once we log in with the account that we used, the account that we created, come on, log in. We need to set up a secure passcode, because once you log into the application using your strong password, it is not too convenient to type in that strong password again and again. So you can log in and then use the application without needing to use the password again. And that's why we've implemented the second tier of protection. So you'll need to set up a passcode so that only you would be able to do any changes to the anti-theft. Let's use something simple like 4 ones. And now it shows us the devices that are connected. Basically, the devices that have MacKeeper installed with the anti-theft installed, to which you logged in with the same account. We can click Add New Device, and it will send you an email with the instructions on what to do next to add more devices. Basically, to add more devices, you just need to go to the trackmymac.com download that version of MacKeeper, install it, and log into it with the same email and password that you used to create the MacKeeper or the Chrome Tech account. And if we choose this same device, it shows us the location just as well as on the iCloud website, but in your application on your iOS device, on your iPhone. Straight from your iOS device, you can report computer as stolen. You'll need to enter the phone number and then click report as stolen, just as I showed you on the Chrome Tech account, on the MacKeeper account. And also you can view the reports. So those same reports that I just showed you, they will be here under your fingertips on your iOS device. So the anti-theft and the lock screen report. And the option to do the lock screen not yet implemented, so I cannot show it to you, but you will be able to unlock your screen and lock it using your iOS device. So imagine a situation when your MacBook is at home and a friend came to you and he asked you to use your MacBook quickly to do something, and you somewhere remotely on your work, for example. You will be able to unlock your computer for your friend so that he or she would be able to use it, or your kids, for example. Or if you forgot to lock your computer, for example, you are on your workplace and you left somewhere and you forgot to lock it, you would be able to just open up your iOS application and lock it wherever you are. That is big, and soon this app will be available. Again, on the CES, on the Consumer Electronics Show, we will present this app in its full power. Okay, so that's basically it from me for today. I showed you what can be done using the iOS app that will soon be available, and what new options we have in a special version of MacKeeper that is available on trackmymac.com. So it's time for the contest, and please use the questions form in the application that you've downloaded to see this webinar to give your answers. Okay, so the question is, what is the main difference between Find My iPhone or Find My Mac and Track My Mac? A. Track My Mac can show the location of the missing Mac. B. Track My Mac can make an eyesight snapshot of the thief. And C. Track My Mac is free of charge. Again, what is the main difference between Find My iPhone or Find My Mac and Track My Mac? A. Track My Mac can show the location of the missing Mac. B. Track My Mac can make an eyesight snapshot of the thief. And C. Track My Mac is free of charge. Okay, so let me see if somebody answered correctly already. And yes, we do have a winner. The winner is Ruth Emerson. Ruth, I congratulate you with the winning. You were the first. Second was Timothy Mark, but sorry, Timothy, you were the second one. Ruth, soon our people will contact you and ask you for your home address so that we can send you that Oreo sleeve for the MacBook, that great Oreo sleeve, and also we'll send you an email with the details how you can activate your license for MacKeeper 2.x, your premium license that will be for 2 years, for 2 whole years. Okay, and now is the time for questions and answers. Again, sorry, those of you who have issues with the sound or video, do not worry. This session is being recorded, so you'll be able to see the video on our Vimeo account. Okay, so let's see if there are any questions related to the webinar. Yeah, we have one from Richard Wilson. What if a thief wipes out the Mac? Will anti-theft be able to track the Mac? Well, no, unfortunately no, because if the thief will reinstall the Mac operating system, anti-theft will no longer be able to track its location, but the iCloud Find My Mac will also not be able to track it. It is a bit harder to make it not work for the Find My Mac, but it is still possible, and there are resources on the internet. Basically, it takes like 4 keys pressed during the Mac boot up to completely disable the Find My Mac tool. Okay, the second question is from Jenny Dubois. But if I have a password set up for the account and I lock the screen, how will the thief be able to connect to the internet? That's a great question, thank you. And the same refers to the anti-theft and the Find My Mac, because if your Mac is not connected to the internet using the Wi-Fi or the Ethernet, in the case of Find My Mac, only Wi-Fi option will help you to track it, as I mentioned. In this case, I would suggest you to enable the guest user account on the Mac. And this is how to do it. Basically, you go to the System Preferences again, so click the Apple icon and choose System Preferences. On the System Preferences, go to Users and Groups. Unlock the option to make changes and type in your administrative password or your password for the account. And then go to Guest User and put a check mark next to it. So allow guest user to log into this computer. In that case, if the thief will use the guest account to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll receive the report from the anti-theft. So I do suggest you to leave the guest user option on the computer if you're already using the password for the account on the Mac. Okay, now the next question. Let me see. Next question is from Mike Chang, and he is saying, I've tested the anti-theft and it is showing that my Mac is in a different city. Why is that? Well, you see, the MacBook or iMac, well, Macs do not have GPS in them. And that's why the technique to be able to track them, which is used, is there is like a database provided by the internet service providers with the Wi-Fi hotspots and IPs and their location on the Mac. And sometimes certain internet service providers do not give like a very detailed information about how their IP structure relate to the map locations. And if the computer is connected to the internet using the Ethernet cable, or if the internet service provider does not give enough information about location of users by the like IP mask IP structure, that is why this location might not be exact. But the information from the anti-theft reports, those IP addresses and all those technical details will be enough for the police to, with the help of internet service provider, to know the exact place where that Mac was used to go online. So if the internet service provider did not give enough information into that database, which is used by the Apple and by MacKeeper as well, that's why sometimes you can have odd locations on the map. But the details about the IP and all the other stuff is enough to know, is enough to find out where exactly the Mac is. Yeah, so I think I've took enough of your time. Sorry, those whose questions were not answered by me. I've been Roman. Thank you very much for joining this webinar, and have a good one. Bye-bye.